What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. You guys sent me this video of DJ Envy and his wife having a public conversation online about her not having an orgasm. Let's get into it.
We would be intimate and he would be putting his best foot forward. Like he is in the business of satisfying, just all around.
All right.
Just no. I'm not. I'm talking about your mentality overall,
just like, all around,
just in life. Like he lives to make me happy, and
I don't. I guess that's a sentiment amongst men in a general sense, in that we want to see the people around us happy, right? Let's continue to the video before I finish commenting.
And he puts his best foot forward in that realm. So I would see him trying and really going to work. And I'm sure so many women can relate. Like you want to reward that man for that work. And the only reward that you have to offer is an orgasm. But even if I didn't feel it, I would still be performative. So yes, I was faking it. But once you start, how do you stop?
Right.
How do you climb back out of that rabbit hole?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. First and foremost, as a person that my whole brand is based off of living my life like an open book and allowing people to go through my things and transparency and things like that. I don't like the idea that people overshare everything. Now, I think that I've overshared a lot and I overshare everything, so I can relate to this specifically. But deep diving into the conversation that they're having, I don't understand the point of this conversation. I don't see how this helps his brand. I don't see why. I mean, unless they feel like they're doing the world some sort of justice to bring this conversation forth to have this conversation with the general public so that people can solve for their sexual crisis or something like that. This doesn't make sense. And more importantly, I think that one of the dilemmas that they had and why she went 10 years without an orgasm is because they weren't best friends. And when you're not best friends first, or you don't have that level of communication as best friends within a relationship, you go without because you don't feel comfortable enough to talk to the person that you land next to every night about everything. And that's why I say the difference between being married and being successfully married, not saying that they're not successfully married now or whatever, because who am I to evaluate their relationship? The only thing I have to go off of is what they're saying, which is what I'm analyzing now. The difference between married and being successfully married is being best friends first, one of the factors, because that communication forces you to have uncomfortable conversations, but at the end it yields the type of results that you really, really want, and everybody can be happy.
Hurt my heart though. I ain't gonna lie. I hurt my heart. I might have cried a couple of times, but it helped our relationship even better.
But on a more serious note, me doing that was very, very detrimental, and it put into effect the fall of a series of dominoes that hurt our relationship in the absolute worst way. It was actually one of the reasons why he cheated.
I don't understand that. Why would that be one of the reasons? So his ego was hurt because apparently, he's doing his thing and I'm sure he's getting off, right? But I don't understand why they put into place the dominoes as to why he cheated. That's a completely different conversation. I don't understand that part. The part that I am trying to understand is, why is he sitting there like a docile beta male? Not saying that he is, because I have a lot of respect for Envy, believe it or not. I have a lot of respect for what he's built, his business acumen, the shows that he runs. I think that he's a good dude. He gives back to the community. He advocates for success and investments and being very, very careful with your money and your resources and what that takes. However, it still seems like, looking at this video, that he's paying for the sins of his past by allowing this conversation to go on publicly, which I would never do. Allowing this conversation to go on publicly at his own expense. It's at his own brand and at his own expense. And this is not the first time that I've seen Envy on a show. I think it was a clip of him on The Real, and he was talking about, him cheating and all of this other type of stuff. When is he going to live that down? Like, how much longer are we going to bring this up and rehash this? And it just, for me, this is like a bad look for him. And I don't understand why this is even a part of the conversation.
One night we were in bed and we were having sex, and she was just, I remember in the middle of it, she was like, yes, but no. And I'm like, yes, but no what?
Something like that.
Yes, but no what? And she was like, we got into like a argument, and then she was like, well, I don't be having an orgasm. She didn't say it in that. She speaks way more eloquent than I would have. And I was like, what? And she was like, I don't. I'm like, no, yes, you do. I hear it. Like, yeah,
no, yes, you do. No, yes, you do. No, she doesn't. And she's telling you at the time that she's the most angry, which means that she's telling you the absolute truth because she's trying to hurt your heart in that moment.
I'm like, every time? And she was like, yeah. And then that just crushed me because I thought I was putting in work. Like I'm sitting there thinking I'm, Big Daddy Long Leg, what I mean? Like, and she's sitting there like, no, not at all. So it really hurt my heart. Like it hurt me because for that time, I thought I was pleasing my wife. I thought I was pleasing, You hear all these stories of women talking about their girlfriend. Oh, girl, he was so short. Oh, girl, he ain't doing nothing. And I feel like they laughing. Now I feel like that's what my wife was doing.
Let this be a lesson, ladies and gentlemen. All things aren't meant for public consumption. You have to be very, very careful about the conversations that you're sharing. Trust me, I know. Obviously, none of mine are related to this subject in particular, but I do. I got a lot of respect for Envy and his wife. I have a lot of respect for the institutions of marriage, but I think that this conversation does spark a larger debate. So I'm not saying that it's not a good conversation to have. I'm saying that it's probably not a good conversation to have at his expense. Now, I have had conversations online with so many panelists, so many different shows, so many different live streams, and there's a lot of men that exist in that same realm as DJ Envy, and that they believe in their heart of hearts. And then the woman will come up, or women will come up behind them, not necessarily the woman that they're with. The woman will come up right after that, or I'll be in coaching sessions, and people reveal certain details that help me to understand that this is not something that's abnormal. This is something that has existed for forever, and that women are faking their orgasms. And maybe they don't understand their bodies. Maybe they don't have the right guy in order to bring it out of them, as far as teaching them how it is that they need to get to that space. A lot of times guys don't even know themselves because the only thing that they knew is pumping and pumping and pumping. But, I am concerned about the idea that people are oversharing certain conversations, which I think they can be beneficial, but I'm not sure that this is great for his brand. For me, I'm looking at this and I'm saying that he is still living down the issues and the problems that's come along with his infidelity and his cheating and all of that, and that becoming public knowledge. And I don't think that he's ever really recovered from it. Otherwise, why is he sitting there looking docile and participating in conversations that is not good for his brand? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description. If you need personal coaching, make sure you tap into my website, AntonDaniels.com. Send me an email from there. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.